You know what I had to realize? No one was coming to save me, so I literally had to go and save myself. Since I was a kid, or a baby rather, I feel like odds was always stacked against me. Of course, I didn't realize that when I was a baby, but I'm saying like right now, I'm like thinking back to like the beginning of my life, and I'm like, dang, odds was always stacked against me. When I was a baby, my mom sent me to live with my grandfather and my step grandma at the time, and I'm pretty sure my mom has her reasons as to why she did that. She probably felt like that was best. I've asked her several times. She has not answered, so I'm thinking that that might be a trigger for her. So I'm just letting it be at this point. But anyways, I lived with them from birth into 9 years old. I always felt like that was weird because I have an older sister and then I have a younger sister, and my mom kept both of them. So throughout my life, I've always battled with, dang, am I not as important as my sisters? To my mom, am I not as important to her as my sisters are? That's what I've always battled with. So I wasn't jealous of my sisters, but I was just always confused as to why you would send me and not send them. And then like we anyways, back to the upbringing. So I lived with my grandparents until I was 9. I had to move back. I had to move, not back. I had to move with my mom at 9 because my step grandmother had passed away from cancer, and by that time, her and my grandfather had already divorced years before. So I stayed with my grandmother, the step grandmother, and my grandfather remarried, which he lived about 20 or 30 minutes away from us. So I had to uproot my only child life, move with my grandfather, which was fine. I stayed there 4 years. 4 months actually. And his wife was like, I'm not really trying to raise kids again. I think she should be with her mother. Now, there's no blame to her for this, but as a child, I really didn't understand that. And again, I think she did this from the kindness of her heart. I don't know. But all I know is one random day I woke up and everything was packed and it was time for me to go to Dallas. I don't remember anybody discussing anything with me, but I'm 9, so maybe that's why. So anyways, I moved to Dallas. I went from having my own everything, getting everything I wanted, all of the attention on me, to now it's split between 2 more kids, which is my 2 sisters, like I just said I have. Right? I ended up having to share a room with my younger sibling. She was very kind, very cute. She was 7 at the time. And I didn't enjoy that experience at all, to be quite honest. I wasn't excited to meet anybody, to be honest. I was very disappointed and still in my head about why did this happen? Why am I moving with them? Why did my grandfather keep me? He's been knowing me my whole life, and you're just gonna dump me off with these people I don't really even know. Like, so for a long time, I had smoked with my papa for real. Shoot. I was like, that didn't make any sense for you to do. And then you didn't really check on me either? Wow. The start of like when my step grandmother died and I had to move with my grandfather, I always felt like safety was something that was temporary. Like it wasn't something that could last, or stability was something that was temporary, because if I can go from what I deemed as a safe, normal, comforting, loving environment to living with my grandfather for 4 months and then having to move with my mom, who I felt at the time, I don't know if this is true, but this is my feelings, who I felt didn't really care for me and treated me very different than she treated my sisters. I just felt like I always have to be my own safety now. So I really didn't cause too much trouble. I just kind of always did everything on my own, because I guess I kind of adapted that without a movement. But what I will say is, it did teach me a lot about self-trust, like trusting myself in certain situations, and it did help me to just make decisions and to learn how to adapt to different situations very easily. I feel like I'm a very adaptable person. I'm not stuck in one thing. Like, I literally moved from Dallas, Texas to Abu Dhabi. I live 8,000 miles away from my home, and I moved on my own. And this is not something that an everyday person would do. So I know it probably does have a lot to do with my childhood. So I try not to question God about the whys anymore, but instead just embrace it and make the best out of it that I can. I do feel like I wish me and my mom did have a healthy relationship. Even now, like, I don't care what people say. You know how people say, oh, I cut my mom off, I cut her off, and she'll never have to come back around. I don't feel like that. I feel like if my mom can come at me in a healthy way with respect, and I also respect her back, then I would gladly welcome her back into my life. But if my boundaries are crossed and you're being disrespectful, then I would gladly keep her over there, you know? But since I've moved, she has not been available to me. I've only talked to her maybe one time this whole year. But again, like, it doesn't even feel bad to me because I'm kind of used to it. Like, I'm the middle kid. I've always had to focus on me. Like, my siblings, both of them have their dads who are very supportive. So when they don't have my mom to talk to, they have their dads. They have their grandmas on their dad's side. I don't have any of that. So everything that I do, I have to either branch it out to my friends or handle it within myself. So I feel like that's what my childhood really taught me. But then again, sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit too self-reliant. Like, and I really don't know how to accept help from people. And I don't know when sometimes I struggle with knowing when it's genuine. Like, sometimes people help you so that they can gain control of you. I have seen that, I have dealt with that. They want control and they want to be able to bring it up later. It's kind of like a to you, right? So a lot of times I really don't like accepting people's help. Like, when I go out to eat, I don't care if the burger is $1. I'm paying you back because just to keep us on the good and good, I'd rather just pay it back. But sometimes people are really genuine and I don't want to miss out on that either. So I'm really trying to make sure that I, learn how to read the room a bit better. But I do think that it is a result of my childhood, to be honest. But just because I had a childhood like that does not mean that everybody in my life is out to get me. Everybody in my life does not have genuine interest. So yeah, that's a part of my heart I really want to open up. But I feel like now I'm at a point of what matters the most to me is stability and connections with people. I really want to connect and get new friends, continue to pour into my old friendships. But anyways, y'all, what is something that you are giving yourself that nobody else can give you? That's what I want to know. But anyways, that's all I got, y'all. Peace.